Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I'm really feeling this energy of let's stand up and fight today. Let's fight for this love. Let's be a rebel. Let's be fierce in our passion and our desire for union. Who cares what people think? Let's stand up, defend this love, express ourselves and show the world who we really are. And the masculines today are healing fears and concerns and wounds connected with biblical times. And I spoke about that in the masculine reading. And the feminine is standing up and not caring what people think and releasing judgment. So I'm going to bring in 4 powerful decks of cards for this reading today. We're going to bring in some favourites, the DM's Confessions and the DF Confessions, both by Bridget Rau. I'm going to bring in V's deck, the Beyond Indigo Divine Union cards, and the Twin Flame Journey Perspective. This is the Divine Love Messages. So let's see what we need to know. So thank you, angels. What's the energy around the connection? Jump straight out. Did you see that then? Jump straight out of the deck there. What's the energy, please, angels, around the Divine Feminines today? The energy around the Divine Feminines and the energy around the Divine Masculines. Wow. Got a mind of their own, these cards today. I'm feeling power when I'm connecting with the twins. What does the masculine want to say to you? Okay. What's in his rebel energy today? What's he going through? What do we need to know? I'm taking anything that's jumping out here. And what's happening with the feminine today? What's happening with the feminine today? What do we need to know? Wow, okay. So I'm taking out anything again I feel is jumping or moving on the top of the deck or in the middle of the deck here. So there's quite a few cards. And then we're going to use this one. So what's the energy around the connection today? The energy around the connection, please, angels. And the energy around the Divine Feminines. And the energy around the Divine Masculines. What do we need to know? So I'm shuffling till I get clear cards, okay? That's too clear. Too many. Now I've got one that's on the floor. That's the one I want. And then that one, and yeah, gone back in. So they're the cards. The cards speak to me, and I kind of know. So the energy around the connection today, look at this. We've got dark night of the soul, and that's being caused by pressure for communication. Wow. So the masculine today, and this isn't anything you're doing, Divine Feminine. Okay, they're giving me toothache. That's connected with decision. So the masculine right now is making a decision to communicate. And he's going through a dark night of the soul because he's pressuring himself to communicate and reach out in a certain way. He knows what he wants to do. Now remember, he's going through a rebel energy today, an awakening. So he's sitting there thinking, I want to reach out, but what if she doesn't appreciate it? What if she doesn't understand I've been through pain? What if she rejects me? What if it doesn't work out the way I want it to? What if I make a mistake? What if I fail myself? What if my karmic partner finds out, and what happens then? So he's going through a big dark night of the soul because he's creating all this pressure in his mind to communicate. And he may feel pressured because, you know, he knows that you're waiting for communication. You know, you're waiting for that, and you're learning as a Divine Feminine to let go of that waiting energy, to focus on love and living life and doing you and standing up for what you believe in and focusing on your creativity and your power. So you may be going through a dark night of the soul yourself because you see everyone else receiving communication and you're wondering, when is it going to happen for me? Or you're worrying about when it's going to happen because he may have blocked you, or he's ghosting you, or you know, you're not sure what's going on. And he says, just like being pressured to skip school on important exam days. So, you know, when we skip school, you know, if we've got an exam day, we stress out. We think, oh, we should do that, you know, but we want to relax and do it in our own way. And the energy is 57. So 5 is about change. 7 is about manifestation. And it's about things falling into place. Trusting that changes are for the better. So the message is, don't worry about communication. Don't feel pressured to communicate or to make things happen. Don't feel pressure about this love, because when we feel pressured or when we put pressure on the connection, we just feel bad and we get afraid, and it brings in pain and it brings in struggle, and the masculines feel all of that. So they know what they have to do, but they are pressuring themselves to do it, and that's causing pain. So that's creating a dark night of the soul. And this is why he's healing things from biblical times. His own belief, standing up for what he believes in, doing it his own way. And the blue flower is connected with throat chakra. And I love how we've got blue flower, which is Archangel Michael. I've been guided to blue today. So blue is about shifts and change and communication and speaking the truth and defending yourself and being open and honest with everyone, including yourself. Look at this, what he's saying to you. I want commitment with you. He wants commitment with you, but he wants to do it in his own time. He doesn't want to feel pressured to commit. And I feel he wants to reach out to you to tell you he wants a commitment, but he needs to do it in his own way so that he doesn't mess it up or mess you around or you don't feel played. Okay? Because he doesn't want you to think he's playing you by offering you commitment if he's with someone else, or, you know, if he isn't free to be with you yet, or he's holding himself back in any way. So he's going through a dark night of the soul because of this. You may be going through pain and fear, your own dark night, because he may be in a commitment and you may want commitment with him, or you're thinking, is it ever going to happen? And we've got, I'm awakening. So remember, the masculine is awakening to the truth and what he's going through. And he creates all this pressure within himself to communicate with you, with his angels, with his karmic partner, to speak his truth and stand his ground. And he's saying, I'm working on myself right now. I've replayed all our conversations and times together, and I'm so sorry for always holding back with you. They're giving me fear. So he feels all this fear because he doesn't want to hold back. He wants to be himself. He wants to express himself. And he goes over and over all the conversations you've had, the times you've spent together, and it causes him excitement and pain at the same time. He feels excited because he wants to spend his life with you. And he gets excited when he thinks about those times that you've shared and those conversations you've had. Even if he's felt pressured, they've lit something inside of him and it's woken him up to his truth. But he's also afraid because, you know, he doesn't want to come forward until he can actually commit to you. He's saying, I've checked on you online. I've checked on you to see if you were with someone else. You could have anyone you want. And that's also what he goes through with this dark night of the soul. And he thinks, you know, if I reach out to you and communicate to you, will you accept me? Will you reject me? And they give me this feeling like, you know, pain in the mouth, like there's pain. So he may even be having issues with his mouth. He may be having gum issues. He may be having cold sores or, you know, mouth sores because he isn't communicating, or he's feeling bitterness and anger at himself, and he's jealous. You know, he's jealous because you could go out and get anyone you want. You may be free and single. You know, you may be in a karmic situation, but he's jealous. He's saying, I've checked you up online. I'm wondering what you're doing. And all of this is happening because he's getting ready to fight for this love. And he's getting ready to communicate and speak his truth and do something about it and, you know, show the world who he is. So he's thinking, I'm not going to do that if you're with somebody else. So, you know, he is having a look around. He's searching for you on social media. He's having a look at your profile. He may be checking your Snapchat or your Instagram or your Facebook to see if you are free. So he's finding out if you're free. He's curious. And he's saying, twin flame, you're my secret mystery, fulfilling every fantasy. So he's saying, you are my twin flame. So again, on some level, he understands the label. Okay, again, the masculines don't really get the label. Okay, they understand where a soulmate connection is. And that means that you were bonded by soul. But here he's addressing you as his twin flame. So he's saying to you, don't doubt that we are twin flames. Even if I'm not understanding the label or explaining what the journey is or talking to you about this, you are my twin flame. You're my secret mystery, fulfilling every fantasy. So he's saying it may be a secret now, but it's coming out into the open. And you're so amazing, it's intimidating. And they're giving me like a feeling in the ear. Again, downloads coming in the ear, changes. You are so amazing, so beautiful, so incredible inside and out. It's intimidating. And he's saying, let's take a ride and explore each other's bodies. Well, that's what he was talking about last night in the DM to DF reading. He wants to explore your body. He wants to, spend time being intimate with you. And if you want to know how, check out the 18 plus DM to DF reading that we posted yesterday. Or was it Monday? And whenever it was, he was communicating that to you. Every song I hear reminds me of you. So he's listening to music. He's either playing music himself, specific songs, or it's coming on the radio, or it's on in the car, or it's on at work, or he's hearing it. We can be outside in the garden and the car can go past with a song on. Every song reminds me of you. It doesn't matter where I am or who I'm with, you always come to mind when I hear certain lyrics. So he's saying to you, you're the one I want. You're the one I'm thinking of. You're the one on my mind. So please don't give yourself to anyone else. I can feel you and it tears me apart even knowing it's a possibility that I could lose you forever. So there's a lot of jealousy around the masculine today, frustration, anger, this need to stand up and speak his truth. He does not want you with anybody else. And he's also working on self-love. He says, just like the soil of the house plant, it must be replenished for the plant to thrive and grow beautifully. So he needs to replenish himself. And that's why he goes within. That's why he needs time to work it all out. And he says, if you were depressed, you were living in the past. If you were anxious, you were living in the future. And if you are at peace, you were living in the present. So masculine is saying, I'm going through a dark night of the soul because I'm a bit depressed because I'm going over the past. And I'm anxious about the future because I'm wondering who you're with and what you're doing. So I feel that what this energy is today is jealousy, frustration, anger at himself because he hasn't yet made that move. And he's trying to heal himself. And he's saying, I'm trying to work out how I can communicate to you in a powerful way without bringing pressure in. He's also afraid, that he's going to blow like a pressure cooker and he's going to cry and make a fool of himself and crazy energy is going to come in. And he also doesn't want to put pressure on you, to feel like he wants commitment with you if you're not ready for that. So again, the time has been made right by heaven. So feminine, you've got, I didn't know what I was doing. So this is sometimes when we don't know what we're doing in this connection. We pressure, and I feel what this is about is pressure because we're understanding every day, day by day, what's being healed and, transmuted in the connection. So when you pressure your twin for communication, and we've all been there at some point where we've needed more messages, more energy, more time, more from them than they can give at that moment. And you're saying, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize what this connection is, but you changed me. So you're saying to your masculine, I'm sorry I pressured you, rushed you, forced you, made you run, but you ignoring me and blanking me and, making me realize that I don't have to push the connection. It's changed me. I didn't realize what I was doing back then. I know I probably seem crazy to you. I can't help it because my heart and soul and emotions are invested in you. So again, this is that energy where we act a bit crazy sometimes, and we do as divine feminines. We've all been guilty of it. To say otherwise isn't really being truthful, where we've acted like a crazy person, bombarding them with messages and doing crazy things. And it's like we are apologising to them for doing that, energetically apologising. And we are apologising to ourselves and forgiving ourselves for that too. You make me feel so insecure about my body, my life, my home, my soul, just everything. Because when the masculines, kind of pull away, we as a divine feminine take it very personally. So we get insecure. We think, oh, he doesn't want me. He doesn't want my body. He doesn't want to be in my life. He doesn't want to spend time with me at home. He doesn't feel invested in the soul path. So we get angry and frustrated and we go into fear. But that's not about your twin, that's about you and knowing your value and your worth. So your masculine changes you by helping you to address your own core wounds and your own fears. Are you just afraid I will do what she did? So if someone's hurt your twin in the past, if their karmic partner walked away from them, or someone died, or something big went down, you're saying, are you just afraid I will do what she did? I'm not her, and I would never be able to hurt you, not intentionally. Well, this is about you realizing that nobody compares to you. So you could never do what she did anyway, because you are a completely different being, and he sees you in a completely different way. So don't compare yourself to anyone or anything. It's his own fears that are holding him back. I'm afraid with you, I'm afraid to wish you a happy anything, because I never know if you'll respond or not. So, this is when we have those events like birthdays, anniversaries, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day. I'm afraid to wish you a happy anything in case you don't respond. Well, remember, the masculines want commitment with you, but they want to do it the right way. So they think that if they respond to you at the wrong time, or at the right time in the wrong way, then it's going to hurt you even more. So they tend to stay away until they can spend that specific event with you. There's nothing more they want than to be with you at Valentine's Day and Christmas and birthdays. But they also get stressed out too because of their obligations to their family. The sound of your voice, your breath, and your breath in my ear, the feeling of your body does things to me I can't even explain. So you're saying to your masculine, you just do things to me. You just do things to me. And that reminds me of what I spoke about the other day when I said, I was sitting there the other night looking at George, and I was just attracted to his armpits. And I was like, what? Because that's his vulnerability, when he's got his arm up and he's exposing himself. And I said, I'm going to say something a bit strange, but I'm really attracted to your armpit. So again, we can act a bit crazy. The sound of your voice, your breath in my ear, the feeling of your body, it does things to me I can't even explain. So you can't even explain sometimes why you feel what you feel, why you do what you do. You just do. It's just known because it's a powerful love. And I wish we could just surrender to one another and make love under the stars because you are my universe. So you're saying, I just wish we could spend tonight together. Just spend the night under the stars, in nature, being ourselves, being free, and not caring what anybody thinks. Why? Because you're my twin flame. And you're mirroring each other today. Your masculine saying, you're my twin flame, and you're saying, you're mine. And everything you do is perfect for me. So what this is a realization of is all the pain and everything we go through, it moves us where we're meant to be. Everything is working out beautifully, no matter what we do. My wig was just irritating me there. So even when we get irritated, it's all happening for our higher good. Thank you for always forgiving me. And that's what the masculines do very well. When we pressure them, when we reach out to them constantly and stress them out, because we're stressed out ourselves, the masculines forgive very easily. It's the divine feminine who struggles to forgive. And we've got self-love, just like a glass is meant to be filled by water and to hold that water, not to simply spill the water to cause the glass to dry. So be careful with your thoughts and your emotions. Fill up your own cup. Remember your power. Love is the answer to all of your questions. And this is about freedom. So your masculine wants to commit to you, but he's waiting until he can physically give you what you want and what he wants and what you both need. So trust in the love. This is moving forward. We're releasing pressure. We're understanding what pressure is. We're understanding what unconditional love truly is, because love does not demand its own way. Love does not keep a record of wrongs, and love does not create conditions or expectations. Love is free. And that's what this love is, and that's what you're teaching each other, because you're changing each other into the greatest version of who you're meant to be. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.